coming up on Footy in Focus.
25, bro. I've done that for 5 years. Like, how's he going to look when he's my age kind of thing? So,
Who is one teammate that has, like, you've surprisingly become really close with?
you know, there'll be no like slyness or judging and stuff. You just say how it is.
You just see that there's this constant trend amongst like multiple codes where like when personalities shine, like people love it.
Just got Tito in the background going, screaming it.
Hello and welcome to Footy in Focus with Kat and Isaac Issa, the journalist. Isaac, welcome. We've got a guest today.
You didn't even ask how I was because you already
No,
know
I
I'm
don't care.
Yeah, because I'm in such a good mood. I've got Kai Pearce Paul with us today. Welcome, man. How you doing?
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you for joining us. Obviously, it's been a tricky few weeks for you. You've been injured, but you're taking the time out of your rehab to come join us today. So we're very grateful to have you on.
The first guest.
The first guest
We've
of
ever
Footy in
had.
Focus ever.
Yeah.
So how does it feel to have that honour? The first guest on Footy in Focus.
Very honoured, man. Very honoured. Nah, excited, man. Let's get into it now. Yeah.
Awesome. Kat?
Well, I wanted to kick it off with just getting your thoughts on the World Cup. England played today and it was a very intense game between Mexico and England. And I hate to tell you, but I was tipping Mexico to come out on top there because all this talk about the stadium and everything, we thought that they would have such an advantage. But what did you make of the game?
No, I thought it was a good match. Obviously, I watched it while I was at training, so I was sort of being able to look over sometimes. But yeah, no, it was a good match. Obviously, Drew Benningham killed it, but you know, he's not going to be there next game.
No.
Harry Kane clutched up as he does, and it was just a nervy last 20 minutes. You know, I think we were just parking the bus, and they came close a few times, but no, the boys did well.
Insane. And you've got Haaland next, who almost single-handedly beat Brazil.
Yeah, I'm not too positive about that one, but I think honestly they're probably the worst ones at the moment to want to play them or France. I think Haaland's just flying, and he can just win it on his own. So.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. And I wanted to get your thoughts on it because obviously you represent England on an international level as well. It's a different sport, but all the same, that intensity and the fact that you've got a World Cup looming as well. So I'm sure that's in the back of your mind. But more importantly is your current rehab, your situation that you're in at the moment. So how's that going for you?
No, it's going good. Obviously, I had the surgery 2 and a bit weeks ago, so I'm still pretty fresh. And yeah, just is what it is. It's boring. It's that boring phase where you can't really do anything. Like I was only able to start sweating like 3-4 days ago. So,
Oh, wow.
yeah, you can't really gym because you need both arms to gym. And yeah, it's just that boring phase. But just getting through it. I'm in most days and just trying to get back as fast as I can. Really.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, you mentioned earlier that you know, you were training today. What does your training kind of look like at the moment? Because obviously I know Tigers fans are going to be itching to have you back on the field. So how is that progressing and what is your training schedule looking like at the moment?
So right now, obviously I get in. It's a lot of like massage around the scar and the tissue and stuff to sort of try to loosen it up. Like the pain's fine, but it's more like the range of motion, trying to, you know, lift it above my head and stuff like that. That's what they're trying to get out of me at the moment. So a lot of massage, things like that. And today was my first time running as well. So running's weird. I was like, you know, running, I don't know, it felt like I wasn't using any arms. It was so weird. I can do bike and stuff off feet, you know, since I've been able to start sweating. I can do a bit of bike and stuff, but the main part's just the rehab, like just doing like exercise with bands and sort of keep everything activated, but strengthening it as well at the same time. So, yeah, it's just boring, just long sessions, boring, a lot of rehab, just loads of exercises and stuff, but like no weights. So it feels pointless, but obviously you're doing good stuff with the muscle, but in my head, I'm just like, this is boring as well.
Have you had an injury of this like scale before? This is a pretty big injury. Have you had one of this scale in your history?
No, I don't. Actually, yeah, I ruptured my groin when I was back in England.
Ouch.
Yeah, right.
Again, yeah, that was a bad one.
Yeah,
that was a lot more painful.
But that's not a surgery, is it? That's just
No, it was.
Oh, really?
I had surgery. It was completely split, and I got to get everything.
How?
It actually so awkward. So I was running the ball in, and I fell on my front.
Yeah.
On like my all fours, and then someone landed on my back, and
That would have been the end of my career.
Legs split out like
You did
like
a
a frog.
split.
I did a split. I did a split pretty much with my legs bent though, and I just knew that was bad. That one hurt a lot.
Was that any case of adrenaline in the moment you didn't feel, or you felt it straight away?
I felt it tear, but then obviously I got up and I was maybe running around for like a few more minutes. And
Oh, God.
my physio was like following me, going, "You good?" And I was like, "Oh, it's not good." I thought it was just like a knock.
Yeah.
And then he was just kept there. Is it better? Is it better? And I was like, "Nah." And then I think we scored, and then he was like, "Lie down," and was testing like mad. And he was like, "Oh, you know," took me straight off and was like, "Yeah, done."
You done?
But yeah, that was a bad one. That was horrible. It swelled up massively as well. I had a massive like lump there as well where it ruptured and stuff. So Yeah, that was a bad one. That was about the same sort of thing, 3 months-ish. So.
3 months. How long ago was that?
That was, that would have been 2022, I think.
Okay, yeah.
4 years ago? Yeah, it was my second or third year when I was there. So
So this is definitely, what you're going through now is definitely up there though, with the
yeah, it would be them
with the
two.
scale. Yeah,
It'd be them. So
far
I've done
out.
like soft tissue and stuff like hammy tears and stuff like that. But definitely that's the worst. Like operation-wise anyway, that's the worst one I've had.
And
Probably.
hopefully the last. We have an injury segment on the podcast. Yeah, there's plenty of wood here to knock
I was
on.
looking around, I'm spoiled over here.
Yeah, the whole set is wood, so you're very safe here.
And we're knocking on it every week.
Yeah, I know. Well, this is the thing is we have an injury segment. So every week we talk through, because it's Sunday night, so everything that has happened over the weekend. And the one thing that I've noticed is just the way that the game has evolved. It's so fast. Our injury lists every week are so long. They're so extensive, like to the point where like if you don't laugh about it, like you'll cry about it. Like they're ridiculous.
We try to make light of it because it's literally like double digits nearly every single week, like the injuries, and you would know.
Yeah. So that's why it's interesting to hear the perspective of like what the rehab side of it is like.
We become desensitized.
Yeah,
to it
exactly.
Yeah.
as fans. Like you just hear players getting injured all the time. Like you don't actually hear the process of how it's going and what it does to you mentally. And because like you mentioning that would have actually been me. Like I've gotten lucky. I'm done. I'm not playing anymore because I don't want to feel that again. Like, and you're just like, oh yeah, like you forgot about that injury at first until you remembered it. Like it's just, it's crazy for me as a fan of the game to hear.
Yeah, it's also the transition back into the game after you've been through like an extensive rehab period. I always wonder when you run out for the first time, are you not scared that you're just going to injure yourself again? Do you have to work past that mentally in order to just, like, it is what it is?
Personally, no. Like, a lot of people struggle.
Yeah.
Like especially when like lower body ones when they got to run again and stuff like that. But no, I've always been pretty just it is what it is. Like I put trust in my physios. Like if I've done the work and you know I've done everything I need to, then I got trust that it's going to work, kind of thing. Doesn't really scare me. I just sort of get back into it.
Yeah.
But a lot of people struggle, sort of, especially after ACLs and
Yeah, I
like
was
the real
gonna
long
say
ones.
ACLs.
They can be a bit thingy. But no, I've always been pretty good. I just got a bit of like it is what it is mentality in it. I don't really let it sort of get me down. So
It's probably the best way to be.
yeah, until you injure it again.
But that's not going to happen because we all knocked on wood.
We all
so it's
knocked on
fine.
wood. It's impossible.
Before we get into the rest of the interview with Kai Pearce Paul, Isaac, we have our grab of the week thanks to ShoeGrab, and it's all about Sam Walker's future.
Yeah, so an interesting one here. Sam Walker, who is currently riding off the coattails of an awesome Origin 2 performance. We are looking at Sam as a potential big fish on the market. Now, reports indicate that Walker is seeking a $1.2 million contract per season, which is likened to superstars like Jerome Luai, Payne Haas, Keon Kalamatangi, like these superstar players, which Sam Walker is undeniably a part of. Now, reports indicate that the Roosters are where he wants to remain. There isn't too much of an urge to go elsewhere, but there definitely is interest should the Roosters decline to offer him what he's looking for. Now he's looking for 1.2 million over 5 years, so it'll total to about $6 million in total. So a massive contract there, and with clubs like PNG obviously coming through, and probably 17 other NRL clubs that would be keen on having Sam Walker in the building. It's definitely an interesting one and one to watch for Roosters fans. We touched on it a little bit earlier, and obviously Tigers fans are itching for you to get back, but England fans as well are itching for you to come back ahead of this year's World Cup. Talk to us. How excited are you to pull on that jersey again? And just talk to us, what the feeling is at the moment heading into World Cup at the end of the year.
Yeah, no, it's obviously exciting. I think anytime I sort of play for England's pretty mad. Obviously my family and my mates back home all get behind it proper heavy, and even the Ashes was mad as well. Like I know we obviously lost 3 times, but the experience of it and playing in London was pretty cool. Like Wembley, for example. Like
Wow.
Yeah.
Iconic.
Yeah.
I remember growing up, like going to watch games there, and I remember looking up at on our captain's run. I remember looking up at the spot where I sat, and I was thinking, like 10 years ago,
That's
was me. Like
really
watching,
nice.
I remember I think Sonny Bill was playing that day, and I was at my binoculars, and I was watching him on the field, and I was just like, I was up there, just watching down on him, like, and now I'm playing. It's kind of mad. So yeah, nice. England's cool, man. I love playing for my country, and I like the camp as well, like getting back together with the boys and stuff, and yeah, it's just a good link up. But there's been talks and that obviously on WhatsApp and stuff, and been a few meetings and stuff, so it's already sort of kicked on already
Right.
in a certain sense. Obviously, the season comes first, but you know, it comes pretty quickly after we're done. So, yeah.
Well, you mentioned there's been talks. What can you, obviously, everything's going to be kept private, but what can you kind of, or what are the talks kind of based around at the moment, and what's the preparation? Because like you said, the season comes first, but what is the preparation for you and the squad as you get closer to World Cup time?
I guess as of now, it's a bit different for us because we got a new coach.
Right,
So
okay.
Brian McDermott's come in. And,
Yep.
I guess Sean Wayne had England for a long time. Do you know what I mean? So it's, the boys that have been there in the previous years, we have sort of a set thing in our head of how we want to play, and even things like the calls and stuff. You know, you've got like that system, but BMAC's pretty different. He, I had him at Newcastle. He's my defence coach.
Yep,
so
that's right. Yeah,
I'm quite familiar with what he's like, but he's got a different approach to things, and wants to do a completely different sort of approach this year as well. So I think at the moment it's just getting familiar with how he wants to play, and you know, the boys can sort of get their head around it a little bit. But yeah, he's just showing vision and stuff, and got bits of homework to do as well. He's got like a good crew around him, keeping on top of us and our performances and stuff. So that's what it is now. But obviously, when you get closer, you know, we got 2 weeks pretty much after the season anyway to start thinking. But that's when you'll be more the training side of things. But at the moment, it's just getting everyone familiar and you know, on board.
What was it like when you got that first call up to represent your country?
Yeah, it was pretty mad. It was actually the last World Cup. I made my debut against Greece. Yeah, I had a pretty good season at Wigan, but I was just a young boy. Like, I think I was sort of 19, 20.
Was that the season you guys won?
Nah. No, I think it was the year before. Yeah. I think. Yeah, it was the year before because, yeah, it was. So I'd played previously for the England Knights. So after my first year at Wigan, I think, or maybe my second year, my breakthrough year, I got the call up for England Knights, which is like, I don't know, what do you call it? Like Prime Ministers kind of over here. So like, it's like the young boys sort of coming through.
Yeah.
Like, I remember me, like, Will
cool.
Price was part of it as well, like sort of the young guns, and we played against, I think, Jamaica that year, and we had obviously a good win and stuff. And I guess my mind hadn't really like extended that far yet. Like, I was so proud to play for even the England Knights, and I just was like a call at the end of the season one day. Obviously, it was that World Cup year, and I got the call from Sean Wayne. He was like, "Oh, I want you to be part of my whatever it was, 30-man squad, whatever it was." And I was just like, I couldn't believe it.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was crazy. And it was a World Cup as well. Like, for the first one, for it to be in a part of a World Cup, it was just crazy. So, yeah, it was mad. But obviously, it was cool getting to meet all that sort of the older boys. Like, meeting the young boys in England Knights the year before was pretty cool. But then playing and sort of meeting the old heads that, you know, that I wouldn't usually talk to after games and stuff like that was pretty mad as well. So, and obviously the NRL boys too.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a mad feeling for me.
You know you do.
Well, I was going to say, you mentioned the NRL boys, and it's obviously been a massive transition for you over the last few years. You spoke about kind of the pride of playing for your country and your time over there, but then you make the move to Australia over the last couple of years. Talk to us just culturally, what has that transition been like for you to go from England to Australia, to integrate yourself into, I guess, the Aussie culture and what Australia is kind of all about?
Yeah, I guess it's like a different life for me.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't hard coming over here because I've been living away from home when I was back in England anyway. Sort of London to Wigan's like 4.5 hour drive. So I had that independence in me where I was living in my own sort of spot and all that thing. So moving wasn't hard, but it was just different. Like, it's like when I first got it, I remember it would have been like November time, and I remember getting off the plane, it was like 38 degrees or something, and I was like, what is this? I went to Newcastle, and I remember like they took me down to the beach, and I was like, this is like a holiday. Like, I remember like everyone's just beaching, I was like, this is like I'm just come on holiday and I'm about to be living here kind of thing. So I was just like a bit shocked really. It was just different. But yeah, no, I love it here. I really do like it here. I think the weather obviously helps and stuff like that as well, but even just to getting used to the different cultures, like the Polynesian boys, for example, like obviously Tigers have a lot of Polynesian boys, but even back in Newcastle, there was a few at Wigan, but I didn't really know about their culture and stuff. And so that was pretty cool, that sort of thing. And then even just the different foods that you get in like Sydney, like Lebanese foods, I got introduced to that properly.
Shout out Lebanese.
Shout out Lebanese.
Some of the best, honestly. I can't stay away from the Lebanese food. It's so good.
Do you have a favourite restaurant that you go to?
Nah, probably be the homemade ones, the barbecue.
Yeah.
Alex Paul and Adam Dewey, they get you.
Yeah, we went for one at Dewey's house recently. It was mad.
And it's funny because we would just like have it whenever.
It's normal food.
Yeah.
Actually, my dad just randomly did a Lebo barbecue yesterday, like just by himself, like in the backyard, and just like I was like, oh no, I don't feel like it. Like it was like,
well,
whatever.
you're weird for that. Yeah. Should have told him. He would
I would have been there. Must have got lost in the post, right?
But it is true though that culturally the dynamic of rugby league here is so strongly Polynesian, and it's that evolution of the game that we have seen over the last like 10 to 15 years.
Yeah.
Did that surprise you when you arrived, like the cultural makeup of the game and how it is so differently represented in Australia?
I wouldn't say it surprised me. Like, I watched a lot of NRL when I was in England as well, so I knew sort of, you know, a lot of teams have different cultures everywhere. Whether it's even Lebanese, like there wasn't any Lebanese. I had one in my team, which was pretty rare. I think he was the only one in England. So
he plays for Lebanon too, I think.
Abbas.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's
from England.
He's from Australia.
He was playing
in
in
right,
okay.
And he played in Wigan like for sort of 3 years when I was there, and he's still playing now. So, see, that was the only Lebanese guy I knew, but I didn't know much about Lebanon still. I just knew that it was just Abbas is the Lebanese guy, but coming out here and, you know, just a whole different culture. Like, I think the majority of teams have a lot of different cultures in them. Like in England, there'll be different African American players and Caribbean players, and, you know, obviously majority of English as well, but over here, it's just very different foods and stuff. I just like it though. I like sort of,
it's cool.
I like delving into different cultures and the food and stuff, and I find it mad interesting. So, yeah, it's been pretty cool since I've been out here.
I think also now that you've made that transition from Newcastle to Sydney, you would even see more of a difference as well.
Yeah, way more.
Yeah. Sydney is, especially where you are, like you're in such a melting pot of so many different cultures. Like if you're in that kind of Concord inner west region, there's that's the area I grew up in, and I've got friends from so many different parts of the world. But yeah, it's definitely something that sets the NRL apart from other codes in Australia as well in terms of like their makeup. But I just wanted to know, now that you play outside of England, does playing with England, does that mean even more now? Because you get that moment in camp with the boys that you probably went through the system within England, and like you get to reconnect and represent your country.
I guess so, yeah. I haven't really looked at it like that, but it probably makes me enjoy it a little bit more. Like a lot of my best mates are still over in England, and I play with a few of them at England as well. So going back and, you know, when you haven't been somewhere for a while, you sort of miss it. Not to say I didn't like England already, but like I miss being back. And obviously I know it's in Australia this year, but I guess that's part of what I was used to back home coming out to Australia this year. So I always find it cool being in camp. I think meeting sort of the boys that I'm good mates with and delving into that English culture again. Not saying I forget who I am out here, you know, I'm English through and through, but it's just nice to be back in that environment where it's like homely. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So, and then it's coming to me this year, so I haven't got to get on a plane anymore. They can do the 24 hours.
Well, I was going to say, you would have such a good knowledge of these different squads. Like obviously the teams aren't announced, but there's a lot of assumed squads and players that are going to be representing various nations. You've got the likes of Payne Haas, who has chosen to play for Samoa. You've got this really strong Pacific nation sides, and then you've got a really strong Australia side that you faced in the Ashes last year. Yeah. I'm sure that you're one of the English players that carries a lot of intel around each side.
Yeah, no, definitely. Even in the Ashes, I sort of felt that way as well. Like the boys obviously know who the players are, but I play against them week in week, so I sort of know how different players move and what they like to do, you know, their preferences and stuff. So yeah, it definitely helped me and hopefully the team as well if I can provide what I can of what I know. But I just like with the English boys, like when we do come to play against other teams, they just don't really care who they're playing against.
That's
they
awesome.
just want to hurt people. So that's what I like about the English vibe. You know, they're just like tough.
Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned wanting to hurt people alongside your representative brothers. One big shock that would have come to you coming to Australia, I'm sure, is the passion for State of Origin. And how much, you know, teammates suddenly just turn on each other when the Blues jersey comes on or the Maroons jersey. Talk to me about what that experience has been for you culturally, to see, I guess, how much Queenslanders and New South Welshmen get behind Origin. And let us know what your preference is in terms of state. I'm keen to get your allegiance. Just talk to us about that.
I feel like I should answer one answer only, looking at the table. I'm a Blue through and through. Yeah, I'm a Blue. I actually went to the first game. It was at Sydney Olympic Park, so I went to watch and we got the win. But
what a game!
Talk to us about that game. What was that like for you?
I was upset, man. The first sort of half was a shambles, wasn't it? Like, Queensland were going pretty well. They were just doing everything right. And then obviously that controversy happened with KP, and I guess it sort of opened up a few more opportunities for the likes of Ethan Strange, for example. He went crazy and just got the win at the end, literally on the bell, pretty much. So that was crazy to watch there as well, because it was silent, like. Because Queensland were on top and we were in obviously New South Wales, like majority of the fans were Blues, so like I was just in the crowd like, oh. And I was looking around and there's just no noise, and the guys going, come on Blues, make some noise, and I was just like, nah, this ain't it. Like, this is just... And then obviously one try came and it's louder, and then another one came, it's louder, and then by the end of it was pumping, you know what I mean? And that last try was mad as well, but yeah, that was a pretty cool experience. It was my first one seeing it live as well, so you know, when it was like high and everyone was screaming and that was mad.
Yep.
I just thought it was a bit quiet at first, but you know, rightly so. We're getting pumped to the start.
Well, did you watch? Were you a fan of Origin when you were back in England, or did you just?
Yeah. We used to watch it like at training and stuff. Like,
and you were always Blues?
Yeah, I always like the Blues.
Okay.
Yeah, not just because I came here.
Yeah,
okay.
I was going to say, well, why Blues? Like, what made you pick New South Wales?
Good pick, but
Great
why?
pick, but why?
I don't know. You know, I think I used to just like the young Penrith boys when they were part of the Blues squad, like Toto and Critter and that. Like when I sort of used to tune in, I used to just like watching them lot play and Jerome as well. So I just went for Blues from then. I thought just like younger squad, like probably just a bit more like underdogs kind of thing. So, and I just stuck with it. And obviously living here now, I've got no choice really.
Yeah.
but yeah.
I mean, you do, but you made the right one.
Yeah. I feel like I made a good one.
Yeah. You mentioned Jerome Luai. What's it like playing with him?
Yeah, no, it's cool, man. He's just a different player. He can just make things happen. It's even better sort of knowing him off the field now as well. Like, I was always sort of in touch a little bit with him every now and then through like Insta and stuff, and being able to like play with him and train with him. Now he's a good guy. You know, obviously a lot of people don't like him because of how he can be sometimes, like on social media and stuff. He can be a bit of like a wind up sometimes. And you know, even after Origin those years ago, like you got work tomorrow and stuff.
That's
like
exactly what I was
It's
thinking.
now like one of the most iconic memes in rugby league.
Yeah,
So.
I just know him. He'll be typing that with a smile button on his face. You know what I mean? Just knowing he's going to get reactions out of it. So it's just pretty cool, like getting to know him and play alongside him as well. So
Have you ever played with someone as polarizing as him, who's just like, because he makes an effort to get a rise out of people.
Yeah.
Have you ever played with anyone like him before?
nah, probably not.
Nah, he's
pretty ballsy, man. He doesn't care. Like he really doesn't care what people think, and he just does him. Do you know what I mean? He just does what he wants to do. So I respect it in a sense. Like he doesn't care what looks good or looks bad. He just if he feels a certain way, he'll just say it, kind of thing.
Which is very, very rare. Like I just
It
like
is
it's
rare.
easy. It's easy to say someone doesn't care about things and they do things, but behind closed doors,
Yeah,
they're struggling with it. But you see him behind closed doors and
doesn't care, bro.
doesn't care.
Just walks around like it's any old day. Like,
I think
obviously,
it's something that fans really love. It's maybe the media don't love it because there's like you walk into a press conference like Isaac, if you're going to interview Jerome Luai, you're not quite sure what you're going to get, and sometimes like the coaches and managers, they're not a fan of that. They're like, oh, what's he going to say?
Yeah.
But the fans love it. And something that like I personally love is when you've got a character in the game. Like there's all the Erling Haaland memes at the moment. Like he just doesn't care. Like he plays for Norway, by the way. Just
Okay, so Kat needs to preface. But
he doesn't
I don't
know
watch,
anything about football.
I don't like. I know Ronaldo and Messi. That's it.
Yeah.
you don't know who Haaland is? You surely
No,
know
he's a
Haaland.
blonde guy.
Yes, well done.
Yeah, he's a.
Yeah.
I saw it only because he came up on my feed today.
But see,
'cause
this is the thing is he's trending.
yeah.
Because he's got this like wild personality, like he just says whatever he wants on Snapchat. And
okay.
he just answers questions very
So
organically.
he's like the Jerome Luai of
well,
soccer.
it's you just see that there's this constant trend amongst like multiple codes where
Right.
like when personalities shine, like people love it.
Yeah.
And we were talking last week about Brian To'o being omitted from this Blues squad and like what a loss that was from a cultural perspective.
Yeah,
like
100.
there are certain personalities that just like bring people together in teams, and it sounds like Luai really is that person for your side. I mean, you've got quite a few
There's
interesting
quite a
and
few
funny
chatty boys in our
personalities.
team.
Yeah.
We got a mad culture. Like
I'm just thinking of Taruva. Like first.
Tito is ridiculous.
He's
Like,
great.
I've never met anyone like it. There's never a day off,
Yeah.
like ever. Even on camp, like we'll all be struggling, and it's like 5 a.m, and he'll still just be screaming stuff. And, like, I don't understand how he's got that much energy, but it's every day. Like,
Yeah.
genuinely every day. You get to train, and he's got the speaker. He's rolling around. He's dancing. He's twerking and stuff. Like it's crazy. I don't understand it.
I've never interviewed anyone like Taruva.
Yeah.
Like this is a very relaxed setting, but at a media op where we've got to be a little bit more straight. It's so hard to be around him. Like he is just a ball of energy.
Yeah.
And he's screaming while we've got like the cameras on him. He's like hilarious. As soon as you said other characters, I was like, Tito's going to be number
Yeah,
one.
he's definitely number one, 100%. I think he's massive for the club.
Yeah.
Obviously, we managed to re-sign him this year as well, but I think it goes further than just like the rugby side of it. I think as a club, like having him around is just good for us. Everyone just keeps us all happy and makes you want to be there. Do you know what I mean? When you've got someone like that who lifts everyone else, it just makes you want to be there. So I think the signing of Tito was like, it was deeper than just what you can do on the field. I think as a club as a whole, he's great for us.
Well, you speak of the club and we've spoken about a few of your teammates, but talk to us about the move to the Tigers overall. Why the Tigers? Obviously, you've come to Australia to play for Newcastle, made that move to come to Sydney and play for the Tigers. Why the Tigers? And were there any other options, or was it always going to be the Tigers for you?
There was a few like that I was sort of talking to, but I think the thing that stood out for me the most was sort of Benji.
Right. Okay.
Not just how he like was, but I spoke to him a good few times. Obviously, when I was like, considering where to go and what I wanted to do in my future, and it probably just seemed the most honest to me. Like the conversations I had with him just seemed the most like genuine. Not saying that other coaches aren't genuine, but Benji just laid it out and just said, "Look, this is what I'm thinking. It's up to you. You want to come or not, kind of thing. Like we want you here. This is what I see you doing, kind of thing. And I think you'll be great for our culture and the way you like to play, for example." But it just felt like the most. I was chatting to someone who wanted the best for me, in a way, kind of thing. Not just for himself, kind of thing. That's what it felt like. After I had one chat with him the first time I spoke to him, and I was just like, he's either really good at like persuading and hypnotize me, like without or like, it just seemed real genuine. And obviously, like on the back of it, like the way Tigers play, I like the sort of off the cuff. You know, you got players like Romy and Jareen Buller as well, and you know the way we can play sometimes. And I was watching some of the games, obviously towards the end of last year, and how the boys were playing. I was just watching. It's exciting. You know that Buller try that he scored, that famous Buller.
Yeah.
I swear, but that famous try.
We swear.
Oh, swear. Okay,
well, we
can.
can.
I'll try not to anyway. But that famous try, like, you know, I watched that and I'm like, I want to, like, I'd be mad being part of that kind of thing. And there's like, you know, the crowd was going crazy as well. And it was a few different things. I think Benji was probably the main aspect of it, of why I wanted to be here. But yeah, I think the team as well. I thought personally it probably suit me best.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's I was telling you this before we started recording, but your first game for the Tigers, you had a brilliant first game, like scored a try. My whole family was there to see it. My little nephew, was his first ever Tigers game. But I remember reading the comments after your debut for the Tigers, and a lot of the Wigan fans were in there saying this is the KPP that we know.
Yeah.
And I think for me, it was really cool to see that Benji had clearly unlocked your true potential. Yeah. And you're great at the Knights, but to see such a transition, game one for the Tigers, it was very evident that he knows how you play and that he was giving you the opportunity to show that to the fans.
Yeah.
Did it feel that way as well?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, even in the chats before the season, that's what he was sort of laying out to me. Like he said, I like the way you do this and that. I think you've been sort of containing yourself a bit the last few years. You've probably got more to offer, and just said this is what I want you to do and just be free kind of thing. He said, just get the ball and just go and just do what you want, and you know the boys will get used to it and they'll turn up around you. And yeah, off the back of that first game, it was a mad game. Everything was just perfect. The atmosphere and stuff was just crazy, and obviously to get the win. But it's probably when I was in England, I sort of used to play a bit more like that as well, off the cuff, offloady, and we had players like Bevan French and stuff on the back of it who could really just break a game open. So it was a lot more off the cuff. And I probably reckon at Newcastle the last 2 years, probably just my style of play changed. I think they had probably a different style and way they wanted to attack things, and that was just how the team is. That's just what different teams play differently. Do you know what I mean? So probably couldn't show myself as much as I wanted to, and where there was times where I'd think to offload, I'll just hold it kind of thing.
But play kind of safer.
Yeah, play safer and build pressure and stuff. But Benji said from the start, he was like, if you see something, throw it. He just said, I back you.
Really cool.
He said, I back you. If you want to throw it. And you'll know in your head if it's right to throw it or not. If you mess up or whatever, you mess up kind of thing. But he just backed me from the start, and I think that's the main thing for me. Is just he saw how I could play and wanted to play, and just told me just to go for it, and just had full belief in me. So
well, I think it's proof as well. You can't just slot any player into any team and expect them to do well. But I think a lot of fans would expect that because they don't see the behind the scenes and the conversations and stuff like that. It's interesting to hear Because I remember when you were first coming to the NRL, like there was so much buzz about you. Everyone was so keen to get you over here. And the Knights weren't in that good a spot at that point, I don't think. And there was so much buzz for you to get over here. And you did have a solid couple of years, but you've just exploded this year prior to your injury. Is that rare for a coach to kind of give their player, at least in your experience, free reign to just go for it and play eyes up footy? Or have you experienced that in the past?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on the team and the player. Yeah. I'm sure like in certain teams, there's certain players, the coach is probably a bit more safer when they let them free. You know, they know they're not going to just throw something for the sake of it. So they sort of let players sort of do their thing. But Benji says to everyone, like, you know, I signed, you know, you're here for a reason kind of thing. You're not here just to be someone who can run, tackle, like, I signed you because of this, you because of this, you because you're good at this, you because... And that's literally just what it's like. It's like a team of that, really. And it's deeper than just the words that Benji says, like having a full preseason and the camp and stuff and getting to know the boys around me. Like half the stuff I do isn't possible without like Jareem, what Buller does for me. And he pushes around and for an offload, for example, like he's always preempting it kind of thing. So it's sort of connections off the field and training and stuff that allows me to do that. And it's deeper than just words, but I think just that culture, like we're so connected as a team. And obviously a lot, especially at the start of the year when we were flying, it was just like, we just didn't care. Like, we're just playing what we play, and
it showed.
Yeah, and we're just having fun doing it. Do you know what I mean?
I don't think I've ever seen the Tigers like this ever. Like this is like not even from a success standpoint, but the how connected you guys were to start the year.
Yeah,
and I think we need to remember as well. Like you guys have been smashed with injury. Like you haven't just started playing poorly, or like you just have been one of the worst injury tolls in the NRL this year.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure for you, there's a real belief that whether it's, you know, whatever happens this year in 2027, like that's a genuine top 8 side. Like you've got a side built for success. 2027, 28. Like you guys have your stars signed for the next however many years. I'm sure you believe that there's something special coming for the Tigers.
Yeah, 100%. Like the connection hasn't changed. Like we're all still real close, and obviously we're not getting the results we want at the moment, which is just down to whatever the reason is. But we're stung by injuries and stuff as well, which obviously didn't help. But I just feel like locking down those boys, you know, the Mays brothers, for example, huge. And Tito, and I just think, the next few years especially, I think it's just been building for a few years now, I think. But I think at the moment we're in a pretty good spot as a club with the players we have, and I believe we can do real good things. So obviously we'll see what happens this year. Obviously we're still pushing for finals. We're never not pushing for finals.
Absolutely.
What will be, will be. But I think, the future, especially, you know, next year after, it's just, you know, it could be even better.
There's something to be excited for, at least for Tigers fans.
I feel like this year we've seen a lot of examples of like when players buy into the coach's values and like their system, the results follow. Like look at Kieran Foran and Manly, and like that was almost like an overnight change.
That was insane.
From what Seabold had the same squad, and Kieran Foran was able to turn that squad around.
Yeah.
But yeah, like just seeing that buy-in, I think.
Well, your former squad, you know, the Knights under Holbrook.
Yeah, exactly.
Like we've seen so many examples of that, I feel, this season. And the reverse of that too. Like there's some clubs where you start to see that there might be a little bit of less coherence and more so like not buying into the coaches' ethos anymore. But we're big Benji fans here. We probably talk about Benji every week, don't we?
Benji in focus, not Footy in focus.
Yeah, it's Benji in focus. But we were saying to KPP that he's got a nickname for you as well. And like whenever he sees Isaac at press conferences, he always says, is it Issa?
Yeah, Issa.
I love that.
Which is cool because, again, like, and we've spoken about it on here before, how between clubs, players, coaches, and then media, there is this barrier sometimes. And there's this almost like, I don't want to say fear, but there's hesitation with players and journos and saying the right thing, saying the wrong thing. And it's very easy for coaches and people of importance to almost keep that barrier up. But for a coach, to like make that effort with especially a younger journo like me, I thought was awesome. It was the first time he did it. I came back and I told Kat because I thought it was so cool.
I think you messaged me about it too. Like he was really excited.
Which was at your debut game. I think I interviewed you straight after that game. Actually, it would have been in the tunnels.
Oh, maybe yeah.
It was my first or second post game interview, which is really cool. But moving on from me and looking at like the Tigers and kind of what it looks like in those four walls. I want to know a little bit more about your teammates and the team culture and how things are for you over there. First of all, since you've gotten there, who is one teammate that has like you've surprisingly become really close with over there?
Probably Hamasi.
Okay.
He's I'm pretty close to Massey. He's just pretty easy going. He's a bit like just all over the place. Like he's a bit like Tito in a way, like a younger Tito, full of energy. Like,
really?
Yeah, you'd be surprised. Like he's actually pretty. He can be kind of like quiet and shy, but then at the same time he'll be walking around training, screaming and blasting music and. So I have an image of him twerking for some reason in my head as well. Like,
a lot of twerking going on in Concord.
Tito started it. It just became a trend apparently.
Well, he did it when he re-signed, I'm pretty sure.
That was his first thing he wanted to do, was just start twerking in front of the camera. So it just,
That's what I have to tell Isaac to stop twerking all the time.
I keep copying Tito. I twerk before every podcast. That's a joke. I don't do that. I wouldn't have thought of that at all.
Yeah, I spent a bit of time with him. Obviously, he's only 18 as well, which I forget a lot of the time. Like he's very mature for his age and
doesn't look 18.
Exactly.
Far
he's
out.
massive.
It's huge.
He's a huge, big sort of specimen, and he's playing regular grade, and he comes across quite mature sometimes as well. But I just forget that when I was 18, like just come out of school kind of thing. Like,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure when he made his debut last year, he had to go to school the next.
He went to school and he did. Yeah,
that's ridiculous.
He's just easy going. He's a good kid, and he's just got a massive future ahead of him. He's only young.
Yeah,
that's the scariest part. Like, we look at some of the things he can do and just think he's 18 doing that. Like, how is he gonna look when he's I'm 25. Bro. I've done that for 5 years. Like, how's he gonna look when he's my age, kind of thing? So it's just kind of scary. Man.
Yeah,
I'm getting old. On stage.
You and me both.
Yeah, we're not even going to talk about age. Who's the biggest pest in the team? I mean, it sounds like there's lots of pests, but in the best way.
Yeah.
Like everybody just wants to have a bit of fun.
Who's the biggest pest?
I wouldn't even say it's like pest, but like it doesn't annoy me. It's just I just find it's Tito, 100%.
Yeah, okay.
I got an example the other day. Literally, there's a video of it. We were in the gym the other day, and it was Portugal. Who are they playing again? Ronaldo. Portugal played against. I can't remember they played against.
Like their last game? Was it Croatia?
Yeah, it was.
It was Croatia.
Yeah. I think it was 1-1 at this point, and Ronaldo got a penalty. So we're all in the gym. We're all huddled around the TV. Everyone's watching, and while we're all watching that, it's sort of getting ready to take it. Just got Tito in the background going, Sue! Screaming it. But like we're also locked in, we're not even realising. He's just going, Sue! Stuff like that. Ronaldo steps up, he goes to take the kick, he goes, and then bang, TV turns off. Tito's got the controller, he's gone bang and ran off. And then everyone looks at him like, and he goes, Sue! I'm just like, bro, like, he's just a pest. He's always on the look for like, some way to...
Practical jokes.
Yeah, he's just always looking for something to do to annoy someone or... And there was some angry faces. Like in the video, you can see some of the boys turn around and they're not happy.
Yeah, I was going to say, like...
I don't think I'd find that funny in the moment. I could laugh
was
later.
Laughing, but I just went straight on my phone. I need to know if they scored or not. And obviously, he scored in the end, but it would have been a cool moment to experience as well. Core memory. Tito
now your core memories, Tito going
Tito as Ronaldo
just running around suing everyone. And he got the timing perfect as well. He just struck the ball. And Tito went bang. Screen went black. Everyone was just, that's just typical Tito. That's just a day in the life for him.
That's gold.
Yeah, he biggest pest, but I love him, man.
Yeah.
He's real genuine. Like, although he's like, he looks like he's just always on some rubbish and dancing, and he's a real good guy deep down, man. He's caring, and when I first moved over, he was pretty good to me as well. Just he's one of them guys. I don't know, all the boys were, to be honest, but Tito was just always chatting, asking about me and stuff like that, and just wanting to know what I get up to and things like that. So yeah, he's a real good guy.
Who's the biggest dad in the group?
Adam Dewey, I reckon.
Yeah, I buy that. I buy that.
He gives some dad vibes. Like he's like, not that he's serious. Like he's actually pretty funny, man. But he can have a temper sometimes as well. Like if something's just off, or I don't know, like he doesn't like some food at training or something. They'll be first to know about it. It'll be from him. He gives up dad vibes, and he goes to the barbecue the other week as well.
Yeah,
that's funny.
That's just dad vibes in general. But nah, he's a good guy, man. I actually really like AD.
No, it sounds like again, and you can kind of see it from the outside looking in, like the Tigers, like I guess the dynamic that you guys have over there, like you can see it like outside looking in, which I think is really important.
Yeah.
Even seeing like the aftermath of obviously Jerome deciding to sign with PNG,
Yeah.
the way that you guys have all kind of maintained that,
Yeah.
I think is, you know, a testament to what Benji has built over there and the different personalities he's brought into the side. You look at sides like Penrith, Storm, they kind of have their same systems and the way that they conduct themselves, which is awesome. Obviously it works, but then you've also got sides like the Tigers, the Broncos, like these sides where there's a little bit of extra flavor, there's a little bit of extra spice, where I think it's really cool for obviously fans to experience, but it's more attractive for players to make their move over there to these clubs or to stay at these clubs as well, which I assume was the case for you and has been the case for you as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think that there is a team full of characters. Like there's loads of players in our team that have massive characters and pretty loud and stuff. But I think it's mainly just credit to Benji. I think he wants us, he says it all the time, like as a culture and as a group, like for example, the Jerome thing, like families first always. That's like one of our things, like family's real important and look after your family first before anything else kind of thing. And obviously one of Romy's reasons was, you know, his family and, you know, sort of his future and stuff. And none of the boys had a problem with it. Like obviously it's massive news and obviously it's in 2028 as well, but it was made into, like, obviously in the media and stuff, it was made a lot bigger than I think, you know, like we made out anyway. It's a massive move, you know. He's the first signing, it was huge. It was PNG, new team, and Jerome Luai, you know what I mean? But
and they made sure to make sure, like, it was a massive announcement, like PNG, like it was huge.
And as it was as well, but the way Romy spoke as well, he got up in front of us and told us, and there was no one I spoke to had a problem with it.
Yeah.
You got to do what you got to do at the end of the day. Like, it's a short career and families first. That's the sort of the motto we run by. And what I was saying before about Benji, he just wants you to be yourself. Like he's happy to let boys show their character, for example. And obviously there's times where you got to lock in and be serious. But when it's not serious and we can, you know, chill out, whether it's lunch or this, that, and the other. He just wants the boys. He said, just be yourself. And I think that's good for like players like Kamasi, for example, coming through where, you know, I bet he was real nervous coming in at first, and then now he's one of the loudest and doesn't show up kind of thing. And it allows, you know, Tito would be like that anyway, I reckon. You put him in Melbourne and Penrith and he was doing that anyway.
Yeah, he was still doing it.
But it allows players to just be themselves and you feel comfortable and you can be yourself. I think it's not too serious. When you can get in situations where coaches are real serious and you feel like you can't say what you want to say, but at Tigers, like, I just felt like I could say what I wanted from the start.
That's awesome.
Obviously within reason, but like, if I felt a kind of way about something, there's nothing wrong with going and talk to Benji about it because he won't judge you.
Like real open door.
Even if he thinks you're wrong, he'll just say you're wrong. Do you know what I mean? And like,
there's
it won't be a thing of like, oh, who does this guy think? It's just like, if you feel like something needs to be done or this, that, and the other, you talk to Benji, he'll just give you it straight. You know, there'll be no like slyness or judging and stuff. He'll just say how it is, and you know, sometimes you might get the wrong answer, and you might be like, oh, fuck this guy. What the hell kind of thing, but at least it's honest. I think that's a thing where we all sort of respect about him. He's just happy for you to do your own thing outside of rugby as well. He's big on that.
Well, let's switch it up. I want to know who's your since you've arrived in the NRL, who has your toughest opponent been? Who are you scared to face up against? You don't need to admit that you're scared
of anyone.
You're not scared of anybody.
I won't say I'm scared, but there's obviously certain players you just know can run amok. That's a good question.
Anywhere where you mark the calendars and go, ooh, I'm going to need to warm up a bit extra for that one.
Probably Payne. He's probably up there.
Yeah, okay.
Just because of what he can do, and he just doesn't go away. Obviously, Reece Walsh is pretty different as well. I remember coming up against him first time, and he ripped us apart back in Newcastle, and I was just like
what do you do?
What can you do?
What do
you give him space, he'll just go crazy. He'd probably be them two. I think they just, when they're on, and they can just do different things. They can just completely change the game. You look at what he did in that grand final.
I know.
It just completely changed the whole vibe, and he's a different athlete.
Well, we've got Reece Walsh and Payne Haas both in Origin this week, right? I don't think Walsh is starting, but they'll both be there this week. And speaking of Origin this week, who's your pick? What's the scoreline going to be? And who's going to be player of the series?
I want to say Blues.
Okay, Blues win.
I want to say Blues.
Oh, okay.
Okay, can I just say we promote honesty on this pod. So we said last week we did our picks for Origin.
Yeah.
Our producer Flaxxy and obviously Kat decided to be biased and say Blues. I used my head and went with Queensland because
You're not invested in State of Origin.
Doesn't matter.
All right? You're not emotional about it.
That's exactly, which is why I used my head and picked Queensland to win. So I just want to say honesty is allowed on here. But anyways, continue.
Yeah. I think Queensland will win it.
There we go.
Kai.
Listen, the last game was 13v13 the whole game, and they came out on top. And I just think they're just real good at what they do, just consistent. Do you know what I mean? What they do works, and they just stick to it, and it seemed to be working. And I don't know. I want to be proven wrong.
Yeah.
But I just think I don't think it'll be a blowout, but I think
It'll be a tussle.
Yeah, 100. But I just think Queensland will be it's up in Queensland as well.
Hard.
It's in
The last game being at Suncorp, man.
It's the perfect situation for them to win as well, and I just think that I think they got it.
And player of the series, who do you think wins it?
I don't know actually.
I said Sam Walker.
I was thinking that just then.
Yeah.
But I reckon KP.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, actually no, he got carded the first one, didn't he? Got sent off.
The send off of all send offs.
Yeah, the biggest send off.
One of the most controversial moments of the year, I'd say.
Yeah, I'll probably go Walker as well.
Yeah, okay.
He was mad last game actually.
Yeah.
I reckon him. He's been pretty good.
I reckon if Ethan Strange can come on. The thing is, I just don't think Ethan's been given enough time.
Nah,
he played so well in that first game. I don't understand Laurie Daly at all, and I'm not going to start to understand him now. It's giving
up the Blues.
Anyway, it is what it is. But I think Ethan Strange was like the perfect specimen for a player of the series if he had been given the chance to just like really let loose, do his thing.
I mean, look, if anything changes last minute and he's for some reason starting and blitzes it, I reckon he could still win it. Yeah. Like he was unreal in game one.
So unreal.
I think it would be hilarious if KP won player of the series after being sent off in game one.
But I don't know.
I don't think you can at that point.
I think it's like you can't win Dally M if you've had
you can't.
anything of that nature. Surely that plays into player of a series as well.
It'd be great for the media though. It'd be great to give us great stories
Isaac
to write.
Journalist
that's
speaking.
the journalist in me coming out to make for great stories.
Want to write an article about it, don't you?
No, man, but I think that's all we've got for today.
I think so. Thank you so much for joining us. Do you have any like goals for the year just to send us off to the finish line?
I don't know, just be back playing strong, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just want to be back.
Yeah.
And hopefully have some good games coming into the World Cup.
Yeah. Well, we're looking forward to seeing him out there.
Yeah, no, and just in saying this, I know obviously we might not get you back before the end of the year, but like I said to you before, I think 2027 is going to be like a huge year for you and for the Tigers as well. I think some very exciting times are coming for you guys. And very exciting times coming in the World Cup as well.
Yes.
We will be rooting for Australia and Lebanon, me and Kat, but we'll be rooting for you as well.
There we go.
And solid Kai Pearce Paul as well.
But thank you for joining us, man. Been stoked for this all week.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me, guys.
And we're keen to see you back on the pitch.
Yo.
And we'll be back next week with our regular programming. But it'll be hard to find a guest like this again.
Yeah, no, that's next week. It's just going to be me and Kat. It's going to be boring. So thank you, Kai, and we'll see you guys next time.